And everybody, it's your boy Creative. Go ahead, say it with me. We are back at it again to do what? To create something great. Now, I'm not going to hold you. I'm super excited what I have planned for y'all today. We're going to be creating a new prediction algo bot, right? But this is based off the work that we've already done for our prediction market bot. I've just noticed that it's a little bit too clunky and it's not working precisely the way I wanted to. I mean, we were able to catch a couple of great plays with it, but it's not working precisely. So today what I'm going to be doing is creating it a step by step, and we're going to be starting with the elections bucket. And that's kind of funny that that's the one of the first things that we see here, because we have a lot of great data that we can use in order to answer these questions, right? So for those that are not familiar with prediction markets and how it actually works, what I want to do is just go ahead and bring in my handy dandy assistant, and that's going to be ChatGPT. And let's go ahead and say, can you explain what prediction markets are and how it works? And make sure to provide an analogy. And we need you to keep your response under 212 total tokens. So for those that haven't already, I need you to go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. And if you do have any questions while we're on this stream, please don't be afraid to ask. So what is a prediction market, right? So prediction markets are platforms where people bet on outcomes of real world events. An example of these real world events could be elections. It could be sports. I kind of have thoughts and feelings about that, but hey, I'm not going to, don't let my, yeah, I do have thoughts and sentiments about that, and economic data, and we do have a lot of information in order to thrive in that part, right? So the prices reflect the crowd's belief about the probability of something happening. So here's how it works. We're going to buy share in the outcome. An example is the candidate A is going to win, right? The market is priced at 70 cents and implies a 70% chance that this is going to happen. If you're right, you win. The share pays $1. If we're wrong, it pays $0, right? The prices are constantly adjusted as people trade. So the market is real-time forecast engine. So think of it like a stock market for future events. Instead of investing in companies, we're investing in outcomes. The more people buy on one side, the more confident the price goes up, just like these stock swings when in demand. So what I want to do is just spend some time with the API with regards to Kalshi to make sure that we can properly build this. We're going to be using Claude Code to do this, and I'm going to be doing this with inside Cursor. So if y'all do have recommendations, any thoughts, any opinions, please let me know, right? What I also want to do is just go ahead and do Kalshi. I want to grab the API docs, and here it is right here. Just make that a bit bigger, right? And what is it? API allows us to be able to connect programmatically, so we can do what we need to do over an algo, and I don't need to do it manually, right? Because for instance, let's say if I wanted to, let me just go to politics, because that's where we're going to be hanging out right now. I have a lot of great information for politics. So that's where we're going to be hanging out. So let's say if we wanted to say, all right, Wisconsin Supreme Court winner, is it going to be Chris Taylor at 99% chance that they're going to win? Or are you going to take the underdog, Marie Lazar, at 1%, right? Three markets, volumes about 154,000 people that have did that particular outcome, right? We also have another large margin of victory for the Georgia 14th, right? Is it going to be the Wisconsin or the Georgia 14th that's going to have the largest margin of victory? So there's a couple things that we can play off here, right? So let's just go ahead and jump back into the API docs, and what we're going to do is click on quick start. So great thing, no SDK is needed. The walkthrough guide gives us access to Kalshi public market endpoint without authentication. That's always a great thing. One thing I just wish that they had, and some places have it, you can just copy the page and just go straight to Claude Code, but I just want to read it first. You'll learn how to retrieve series information, events, markets, order books, and dates for popular information. All right, bet. So this is the API and how it works. I can appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it, bro. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and jump into cursor. Now, again, I've already kind of done this. Let me just show y'all my current project. Oh, hold on, bro. Just make sure there's no keys open, because sometimes I have a tendency of doing that. All right. So here's the project that we currently have right now. I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong. Like, this bot is able to do its thing, but I feel like it can be better, right? So, you know, we have that feeling like this is just the first version of it, but I feel like we can make this a little bit better. So that's what I'm feeling. So the bot has different estimators, and these different estimators are based off crypto, economics. We have entertainment, politics. This is what we're going to be starting with. Sports, because I feel like there's some edge here we can be able to extract. Sports, and then we have tennis. And why are you asking if tennis is part of sports? Because tennis, this has a whole nother realm that we can definitely take advantage of. So that's why I had to split it up. And then we have weather. So these are going to be the different estimators that the bot uses in order to answer a question about an outcome, right? But currently, the system that I've created is just a little bit too complicated, right? Reason being so is because when the bot runs and when it's actually looking for it, let me just run it right now so I can show y'all how it looks. So I run this via a terminal. All right, 2 seconds. Beautiful. Let me just grab the conda environment real quick. All right, and let's run her. I've been messing around with UV run. Let me see if UV is going to work. UV run Python. Oh, look at that, of course. What am I doing wrong? Oh, haha. There it is. I'm sorry. So here's the actual bot, right? Here's the system. So as you can see right now, we're currently in a few positions, and it's exiting, and we did profit a bit, right? So the positions that we were in, we did profit. So they went from $100, I mean 70 some dollars to 114. So the bot is performing well. I just think I can do better, right? I'm not going to hold you. It is good, and it is working, and it does do the job, right, with regards to being able to fetch markets. The reason I'm using Polymart and Kalshi, right? Polymart, I can't trade here in the US, so I have to have another place where I can actually trade, and that place where I can trade is Kalshi. I was like, all right, bet that works. So I'm using Polymart to be able to find some edge when it comes to the pricing information, and Kalshi where we're actually trading. So you see here, this fallback. There's a couple positions that's opening. So as you can see, there's nothing quote unquote wrong with it. Like, it works and it's functional. You see here, so another problem that we need to fix. So that's why I kind of want to redo this step by step. But the first thing I want to do is just being able to go through these endpoints to just make sure it's Gucci. So you see it's opening up positions, and now we just reach the maximum positions. We just opened up 20 contracts, but I feel like it could be a little bit better. I mean, yeah, it's telling me that the contract open. What the contract are we open is the ESPN bet, so a sports bet. I don't even know. Okay, Philadelphia versus San Francisco winner. Oh, this is baseball. The Phillies versus the Giants. Okay, edge is 30%. So as you can see, it works, fam, but I feel like it can be better. So that's what I always want to create it and just make it a little bit better, right? So as you can see, we do have a working system, right? I'm just going to make it better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new folder, a new project, and we're going to call this new cash. That's funny. All right, I'm not using you. Let's go ahead and open up a terminal. Open you up, bring you here, close you. And then I want to bring in Claude Code. I want to use the 4.5 Office model because I'm not paying. I mean, I could use 4.6, but 4.5 gets the job done, broski. Because it's our first time using it, what it's going to ask for is permission. And the reason it's asking for permission because it's like, all right, do you trust this folder? Do you understand the risk involved? Because I can read, edit, and execute files here. It's like, yeah, I just created it, so I know. Let's go ahead and enter. All right, bet. So a few things I just want to explain. This high effort here, what that means. Let me just go ahead and bring in effort so you can see it. Let's go over it real quick. Effort controls how many tokens Claude uses when responding with the effort parameter, right? Trading off between responsive, thoughtfulness, and token efficiency. I feel like that's incredibly too big. Okay. Let me just do that. All right, I'll be here for a little bit. So effort parameter allows us to control how eager Claude is about spending tokens when responding to requests. This gives us the ability to trade off between responsive thoughtfulness and token efficiency, all with a single model. The effort parameters is generally available on all supported models, right? So how it works, what we're doing is we have effort from from low to max. I normally just stay at max, and the way that you can use effort is the slash command, right? So for lack of better words, effort just makes it a little bit more efficient and effective at being able to do what we want, right? So the way that you get access to effort is that you're going to use a slash command. You're going to go to effort. Oh shit, my fault. Effort. Boom. So now you see it low, medium, high, max. Right now, I currently have it set it to high. I don't need max. I think that's a little bit OD. So I'm just going to keep it to high. So that's already good. So now what I'm going to say is that you are a senior Python developer with expertise in prediction markets and working with the Kalshi platform. We are looking to develop an algo for this, but first we must review the endpoint and properly understand how it works before we move forward. For the duration of this sprint, keep your responses under 212 total tokens and make sure when available to use skills. What I want to do, and again, I wish that there was a place where we can just like copy all this, just hit that copy button. So you see here, you see that copy button? This is what I'm referring to, bruv. But whatever, every API doc doesn't have that. What I'm going to do is just going to copy, and I'm sticking it to Python because that's what I'm using. You can use JavaScript if you are a front-end developer, right? And if you want to use it for JavaScript, it's the same thing. Just click it over. But I learned Python, right? I do know JavaScript, and I do know how to work with it, but it's like manageable. I'm much more comfortable with being able to use Python. So let's go ahead and copy all this. And then copy. Let's go back to Claude. Read. Then let's proceed to run a series. Then no, what I want to do, let's, proceed to create a script that can go through each one. And do not rush this. Let's make sure we do this the proper way, bruv. What I want to do is give it the conda environment as well. Going to run in using Python, not Python 3. All right, bet. So that's off and running. Let me see if there's any MCP servers here. None that we're going to use. Let me check the context. All right. I love that for you. I still wanted to look at the context. And I'm also going to run it myself. Step 1 worked. Step 2 failed because the status all is not valid. Let me fix the parm. What I also can do, you see this auto edit? Okay, I was about to just make a point, but you saw how I had to hit enter every time, right? I don't have to do that. I could just turn this auto edit on, and then every time it wants to write a code, it just writes it, and then it auto accepts it. Boom. I just want to look at this context real quick. All right, so it shows us the model we're using. We use 15% out of 200,000. That's fine. And it does have skills. These MCP servers I'm not using. Here's the plugins, and there are skills available to it. All right, perfect. I just wanted to double check that. All right, now let's go run it myself so I can see this. All right, Gucci. So persons who are employed by the source agencies are not permitted to trade on this contract. Persons who are, okay, keys. Oh, series information. Okay, market for series. All right, beautiful. And then the order book. All right, Gucci. All right. Ready for the next step. Want me to explore? Okay, now I feel like I got to break this down step by step. So that's what I want to do. So I thought it was smart enough to take all, but I'm just going to do step by step. So I'm going to do grab step 1. Okay, I was about to say, goodness gracious. All right, let's come here. Damn it, heat. All right, review. And this is the next one. This is going to be tedious before it's fun, right? I'm not going to hold you because I want to make sure our step 1 series matches the dot. Let me add the clean format. So you see, okay, now I can make my point, right? Do you want to make this edit on the Kalshi Explorer? Instead of having me being able to hit enter every time, what I can just do is just go down. I forget that it does that. And just hit yes and allow all edits during this request. So now, remember, it just went to auto accept. Now, every time it needs to make an edit, it just does it automatically. Of course, you don't do it when I need you to. All right, Gucci. Ready for step 2? All right, step 2. What we're going to be doing is market events and today. All right, bet. Here is step 2. Let me update step 2 to match the docs. So y'all see, I didn't have to hit enter. It automatically did it for me, right? All right, boom. Have step 2. Let me just copy step 3. All right, here is step 3. Damn it. All right, next step. Now you have access to the market data. You can either. All right, beautiful. Now let's do this. Make sure we're Gucci. The final script now mirrors the Kalshi quick start. Next step is to explore the cursor fields, test other series. Okay. Next step we want to do is to figure out the different type of series before we get into the one we are going to start with. You can create another script. Create another script for this so we are not overloading the current one. Let me just go ahead and hit auto accept. So y'all see how that happened. Now we have the series discovery. There's over 9,514 series. Let me just turn that off because I don't need it. All right, beautiful. High frequency series, daily weather, more algo opportunities, binary outcomes, the PO IPI versus ranges. All right, what category interests you for the algo? All right. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything regarding the series and also how to programmatically filter through them. Let me go ahead and turn that on. I want to keep it simple. I'm going to first start with the politics one. Then once I have the politics one on and popping, oh shit, you're still running. I forgot. I still have this other Kalshi bot that we have. It's still running. Remember I started at like 114. It's at 84 bucks right now. So I'm just going to let that still keep going. All right, here we go. High frequency, intraday, daily, weekly, no pagination, cursor returns, all API for, okay, in one shot. Want me to dig into the 15-minute or daily series specifically? Yes. Let's find out which series has either the 15 minutes or daily, and also gauge if there are different time frames as well. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, let me go ahead and turn off the auto accept. All right, now it's doing the time frames. Just make sure, is it all 15 or is 15 in? Okay. 15 minutes, hourly, daily, weekly. Really seems I'm maybe gonna do crypto and like politics tonight because this crypto could be interesting. All right, 15 minutes are all crypto. Hourly is crypto, S&P, Nasdaq, FX shares, oil. That's interesting. Daily is going to be weather, financial, Spotify. Okay, crypto, TSA. That's interesting. Weekly, Netflix ranking, and then monthly. All right. Now let's go to politics. And first, find out as much as possible for that series, time frame, activity / volume, format, how questions are laid out, etc., as much as possible before we continue. Oh, let me go ahead and turn that on. Auto accept that for us, bruv. That'll be great. You know, I want to do just turn on a little bit of the vibes. Oh, do that later. My fault. I mean to blow your ear off. Let me know if that's too loud. There we go. Politics is catching sports parlays, not real politics. Let me fix the filtering events. That's why we're doing this. I need to fetch the per series event. Let me add a direct fetching. Okay, excellent data. Let me go look at it real quick. Let me go look at it. Let's go run it. Okay, custom, off, annual, monthly, weekly, daily, hourly. All right, daily. Then we have the active, top by volume. Okay, I'm wondering if we can like when does it expire if this top by volume. This is interesting. And trust me, I'm going to get the data where we're going to answer these questions, but I want to make sure, will Edward Snowden receive a presidential pardon before January 21st, 2029? Y'all are fucking hilarious. Will the U.S. issue a level 4 travel advisory for Taiwan? All right. I love it. Before we do that, let's make sure we aren't missing anything, right? Want to ensure we uncovered the stones for this before we move forward to the next part. Also, if you can, let me just do that. That's not complicated. We got to play a little bit of defense, y'all. Let me just turn that auto on. Now let me show y'all while that's working where we're actually going to be getting the political data from. Now I told you I'm not going to hold you. I have a tendency of leaving .m files open, and .m files, you don't share that with nobody. As soon as I make sure that that file is not open, beautiful. Okay, it's not. So let me close this. Close folder. All right, hold on. All right, let's run it. Let's see if there's any gaps we didn't cover. All right, beautiful. And I love this because, again, where's my bot at right now? 87 bucks. All right. So it's making hay. Beautiful. Key findings: daily series have 0 market today. Let me check why and find out what's exactly active. That doesn't make sense. Like, we just found, isn't this, I'm finding contracts right now and I'm currently in, bruv. Like, I don't understand what you're doing. All right, so daily politics series are not all that much. All are finalized. No new markets are spawning. The weekly is the sweet spot, has 100K volume, resolves weekly. The order books must have 0 yeses. All sellers check liquidity before trading. Okay, first, can you find out when new dailies or hourlies spawn, since that's the word? Then also confirm when they reconcile as well. I'm about to get dubbed. That's crazy. Let me show you all this political science project that I've been working on for, I want to say, like 2.5 months now. And this is bringing together a slew of things, fam. This is how we're going to be answering these questions, right, when it comes to the political science part of Kalshi Mart, right? So this is the oversight crew. Oversight crew is a, I'm going to call it a system, right? It's a system that connects many different APIs together that allows us to be able to answer different questions, right? And these questions are the legislative activity, voting records. We can get member and committee information, campaign finance information. I can get floor speeches and congressional speeches, right? Congressional hearings. We can get C-SPAN information. We can also get congressional stock trading, right? We can also get, there's a lot of ideology and position verification, right? So there's a lot: appropriation and funding process, executive branch analysis, judicial branch, each branch of government here in these great US of A, right? We can get information for to be able to answer this question. I also have polling information that I also just added: polling, house racing information, right? Congressional polling, individual polling information, poster quality, the results. So we can get quite comprehensive with the data, but I just want to make sure that we understand the questions, right? Once we understand the questions, then we're able to properly answer those questions. But I want to make sure that we can get the API. Once I get this API for the politics, then I'm going to be breaking it down short by short. There's going to be some I can, okay, major. Okay, actual duration, 7 days after market, 7, every 15 minutes, every hour, daily, weekly. So continuous, hourly, weekly. Okay, instant auto settle. The 15 minutes is misleading. It just means it means new markets every 15 minutes, not 15 minutes to resolve. All crypto and index markets have a 7 duration regardless of the frequency label. And the expected duration, expiration time versus the latest expiration time. Okay. All right. Yo, how we doing? What I'm working on right now is being able to create a Kalshi Algo bot in order to trade prediction markets. Right now I'm going through the API documentation, and there's a couple of things that I'm finding out because I don't just want to come here and trade it by myself, right? I want to be able to do this programmatically and have an algorithm do this. I currently already have a bot that I created already, kind of, sorta. No, I made this. I just don't like it per se. I think it could be a little bit better. But this is a bot that I already have that trades on Kalshi currently, and I think it could be a little bit better. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just recreating a Kalshi market bot that I already had, that I'm just recreating, right? So if you have any sentiments, if you have any ideas, or if you've done this before, you can let me know. Cryador, so I appreciate you for stopping by. Let me know if you do have any questions as I'm going through this. Yeah, I'm not going to hold you. It's all right, but I think it could be better. So I just don't let this fool you. Even though it's working, and it does what I need it to do, right? So for instance, like I don't need to come on Kalshi and being able to figure out, all right, these are the live trades that are on right now, right? My bot does this for me, right? So my bot does all this for me. And currently, where are we at? We're at $85, right? Total P&L. We have 16 open trades right now. We've rejected, recently analyzed 89. 30 didn't make it through. 70 had low edge. 6 is low confidence. A few that's illiquid. Well, the bot works. I'm not going to hold you, but I feel like it could be better. I think there's some web developers that could definitely farm Aura, but it's just a matter of mindset, right? How did you find us? If you don't mind me asking. All right, let me get back to this too. Why you answer that question? All right, and I'm using Claude Code to programmatically go through like some of the API, right? So I showed you, I'm going through the API docs that are right here, right? So what I'm doing, as soon as I find something, it's like, all right, that's interesting. And I'm using Claude Code to actually like drill into it, so we can actually understand what's going on here. So let me know if you do have any questions. Oh, bet. No, I appreciate you for stopping by. If you don't mind, go ahead and drop a like and a follow, because I'm definitely going to be on Twitch a lot more. And I didn't know we can reach Portugal, so that's what's up. First time I had somebody that's Portuguese here, so I appreciate you. Oh, I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you. So how long you been a web developer? Let me do this. All right. Let's do this specifically for politics now, so we can gauge how this works before we continue. Oh, that's what's up. What made you get started? And a little shameless plug. I am more on YouTube, bruv, than I am here. So definitely just going to drop my channel on YouTube, because I am active. I'm trying to be active here too, because I do definitely get love on Twitch. Oh, look at that. Y'all seeing this bot active right now. Is getting into positions right now, and this is kind of dope. That's what I'm saying, that the bot is not bad. Like, don't get me wrong. I just feel like I can make it better. And that's what we're doing right now. The aim is to be able to make this better. And there's my YouTube channel if you want. Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to hold you. It is a process, but for me, I've only been doing this for a little bit less than a year, so you have a lot more experience than me, right? Okay, here we go for politics. Beautiful. So this is exactly what I want to see. What is this asterisk for daily though? Daily series don't settle daily. It's a 95-day duration. That's crazy. Best trading frequency is the 12-day. Okay, 20-day. Spawns most weekends. Okay, the frequency label is often about the new market spawning, not about the resolution. Ready to pick a series to build the algo around. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's go ahead and do this for politics first. And again, I told y'all I already have a space or a system that I've already created. And this is Oversight. An Oversight crew is a Python-based, I want to call it a political mammoth, right? So whenever I need anything with regards to US politics, a little system that I created using Claude Code. I'm not going to hold you, vibe coding all the way. But it makes sense, right? Like whenever I need anything about politics, I just come here, type it into the system, and it's able to find it for me. So what I'm going to do is review, boom. Also need to give you this. Oh, before I even do that, let me hold on. Let me just copy all this real quick, so I don't want to copy it twice. I have another question. Boom. All right. Copy. All right. Now, advise what are the questions layout for politics series and the different categories within them and the duration before we go on. No, but I appreciate you for being able to stop by. If you do have, what is your experience with prediction markets? Have you ever used Kalshi before? It's not like we're waiting for you or anything. Yes. Sayador. Nope. Cryador. Is it Cryador? It's Sayador. Oh, bet. Okay. That's what's up. So, do you understand what prediction markets are? If you don't, let me just do this real quick again. All right, bet. So what is a prediction market, right? So a prediction market is a platform where people can bet on outcomes of real world events. And these events could be either elections, sports, economic events. So how it works is that we're going to buy shares in the outcome, right? So for an example, we're going to bet that candidate A, like here. So for an example, right here with this baseball, we're going to bet that the Boston Red Sox are going to win this baseball game. If we bet, then we're going to win $1. There's an 84% chance that they're going to win or 17% chance that they're not, right? So the edge is to being able to look for these type of trades before it goes live, right? Right now, it's kind of late to be able to go into this one. Like you're paying too much money. It's 84%, right? I like to get in where it's a little bit less than maybe like 40, 50, like right here. Nice little sweet spot. Will Boston win? No. Right? I think Charlotte is going to win. So I think this is a nice one to look at. Also, let's look at tennis is kind of, I don't know. So here's another one for hockey, right? Lightning versus Ottawa. Who's going to win? I like Lightning to be able to take that. All right. But in essence, what a prediction market is, it allows us to be able to bet on different outcomes, right? I think this is going to be the wave. And I've been doing it for about like 2 or 3 weeks now. So I'm not super technical with it. It's just I think this is another way to algo trade. Like specifically when it comes to algo trade, I algo trade options, right? I'm starting to do stocks a little bit more, but options is where my bread and butter is. And I think this is just another thing that I want to fold into it. So here are the different type of topics and questions that we can get. We have this jerk face. Another one, Taiwan, leader departures, executive orders, awards and recognition, and then territory expansion, average duration, volume. Okay, question format. Will X happen on before this? Will PM leave this office? Will time? Okay. All right, bet. So politics equals long duration, average 1.5 years, not days or weeks. The deadline format dominates before X survives. Okay, Trump market. All right. Politics is fundamentally different from crypto and finance. Long horizons, event resolution. Still want to proceed with politics or reconsider? Yes, bruv. Yes, we are. All right. Review. See what we have available. Then let's discuss how we can connect this oversight crew to answer political questions for Kalshi on Kalshi. So it's a process, bruv. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay, beautiful. Get you right. I forget that does that. And you let me know, Theodore, and let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. If this works for, if the volume is too loud for the sound that I have, because I wanted to get some vibes going. Okay, Kalshi, beautiful oversight, market question, question sweeping, data retrieval. All right, beautiful. That's a country. Not okay. White House. I have Congress. Leader departure. That's kind of partial, not all the way. So real-time strength for Kalshi. We have real-time data, bill tracking, executive orders, floor switches, member ideology, CBO and CRS, gaps to fill. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. State Department warnings. I can do that. Territory acquisitions. I can do that later. Okay. Best benefit is the EO. Okay. Votes. All right. So let's start with EO polling and EO polling for right now. Let's create an estimator file that will take this information and then get it ready to answer for Kalshi. But first, before that, I just thought that before that, let's create the official Python script that will pull political questions and get it ready for the subsequent file to answer. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take this once at a time because I think that's what I kind of messed up. I'm not going to say I messed up. Just being able to make sure that this is like Gucci, bruh, because where I'm at right now with this one at 84 bucks, so it's still running. Hasn't completely topped. All right, Kalshi political fetcher. Get me right. Rate limited. Let me add throttling. Oh yeah, we were just going Hamsterville. All right, bet. Matter of fact, what I want to do, let me also run it my damn self, and not just trust. Let me see what you did for me here. Executive orders, approval ratings, pardons, legislation, territory, leader departures. I hate the fact that that guy's there. And then we have unknown. All right, class structure looks good. Fetch and organize political markets from Kalshi. Classify structure, map for oversight. All right, let me run it myself. Let me see what you screaming. The fetcher is working. We found 12 markets, 81 answerable questions by Kalshi. Now let me create the answerer. All right, Kalshi, we're fetching the political events. I just want to run it myself just to make sure. Okay, I see the answerer here now. All right, 52 markets, 43 pardons. Okay. Approval. Okay, still processing. 30 events. Okay, hold on. Let me run it my damn self first. Political answer. Yes. Forgot about that part. Because I have another conda environment that we have to run for this one specifically. All right. Are you doing? Yes, you did do that right. Look at that. Ah. We getting errors. Okay, underpriced based on 0 EOs and 400. Okay, we got errors. We got these errors that we need to fix. I hope it finds it. It can go get these EO errors that we need to fix. Okay, so it sees it. All right, if you would please go fix this. That would be great, fam. Integration working, but the EO count is 0. The Federal Registrar needs adjustment. Let me fix the proper EO tracking. EOs are going to be executive orders. Now I'm hoping that the errors are resolved. All right, it's working. All right, let me go see. You said it's working. Let me go see. Let me make sure we can get the information. All right, bet. So y'all see it's actually working. It's actually okay. Probability of yes. We have some NAs that we need to fix. Underpriced. Okay. My question is if I can get, let me check on our bot right now. How's our bot doing? Currently holding a few positions. We're at 84 bucks. No, did we go more? 86. I'm sorry. Nah. So it's 37 minus 86. So like $85 we're at right now. So that's not that bad. And this is my algae Kalshi bot that I currently have right now that I'm running, and I'm trying to recreate this. Right, and I'm starting just bit by bit, just being able to recreate this. All right. First, let's refine a bit. Can we have the fetcher delineate by time of resolution, then also find the volume of the contracts with high volume to send to answer. Let's go, baby. Yes. All right, so I'm having Claude Code do right now is just being able to have different time buckets, right? So whenever we have a contract that is on and popping, like it can, okay, put it in the front of the line instead of just having to go through all of them. So it makes it a little bit easier um, to actually go through the system and make this work for us. Oh, bet. Okay. We're getting into some positions, fam. It's not bad at all. And y'all going to see how I want to make this so much better. Like, even though it is slaps right now, and it is, I mean, low-key trying to be profitable. But y'all going to see I'm going to make this so much better. Okay, set by volume. We also want to add a well alert, right? In addition to an well alert, what are other features or elements that we should highlight and indicate, right, when going through this market? Advise before updating file. All right, well alert, spread analysis, price movement, near certainty, volume ratio, order book imbalance, settle urgency, and then mispricing, liquidity score, well alert. Okay, momentum. All right. What I want to do, let's add, well, let's add these. Let me just keep it a little bit more focused. Let's add the following. Don't be afraid to use emojis. Let's get this done. Beautiful. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh shit, I should have did order book imbalance and settlement urgency. Okay, that's what those are the last two I'm gonna do. Because what we added, well, momentum, expiring, edge, stale, hot, illiquid. So we had stale. So I need order book imbalance. Damn, you just gonna punch me in my face? All right, did we add as well or no? If not, let's add before we run, and also make sure that the answer file can handle this. Sometimes you gotta be like, pump the brakes. I know you want to run. I know you want to run, but follow me. Buy pressure, sell pressure, and then urgency. I love it. Let's go, baby. Let's see what our bot doing. 87 bucks. That's what's up. Oh, we just lost at $2. And this is on the Detroit and Minnesota winner. All right, I hope we can get this done before you compact. So I'm pretty sure we're done. Like, we got a lot in during the session. So it was about an hour's worth of work before we got it to compact. And what is compacting? There's too much tokens that is being built up in that session, right? And in order for it to continue, it needs to condense all of those tokens, right? And being able to pass it over to memory so it recognizes what happened and continue on its work. All right, bet. Damn it. All right, let's run the fetcher and see how the fetcher looks real quick. And I've been playing around with UV run. Of course you're not gonna work. Oh, so it's just a U thing that you needed to fix. Bruv. Oh, you're gonna see it. Go ahead and fix it. Go ahead and fix this data class issue. I appreciate you for getting me right. Now let's make sure we are good. UV run. There we go. All right, let me just make sure the political fetcher is working and it has all the alerts that we've added. Here we go. Here we go. Top 5 volume. Neutral. Illiquid. Lean sell. All right, that's what's up. Now let me make sure you work now. And both of these should work without issue. All right, here we go. So we have our fetcher and we have our answer file, right? So we have our fetcher that is able to provide the questions, and we have the file that is going to answer the actual questions. So we're getting to the part, like, we're actually like making our algo come together bit by bit. Like, I don't want to make this too long, right? So what I'm going to do, I think this is a great stopping point. What I'm going to do is on our next stream, we're going to come and being able to connect these two so I can have it like actually run a little bit more. Let me check our bot to see if there's any move positions. No, we're at 87 bucks, so that's not bad. So what I need you to do, if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you drop a like and subscribe. And we'll be back at it again. Just keep making sure. Yeah, this is good stuff we're dropping here, fam. I don't want to make this too long, so this is digestible. Pause. But on our next stream, we're going to be building the process to actually connect these two, right? So it can run consistently. But I think this is a good place for us to be able to, like, all right, it's working. We're able to flush out a few things. Now let's continue our work. All right. But if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. Theodore, I appreciate you for stopping by, and I hope the day goes well for you in this upcoming day. And for everybody else that's here, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I'm gonna see y'all again on the other side of this stream. I appreciate you.